I am very pleased to welcome back to our station West Hazelton Mayor Frank Schmidt. He has served as mayor of the borough for 2 terms, but made the decision to not run for re-election this year. So we're pleased to have you come in and talk about your many successes, which they have been many. First of all, I guess, why did you decide not to run for re-election?
Well, I figured 8 years was enough, and I needed a break, and I'm leaving the borough in good shape, and that's the way to go.
Absolutely. I remember when you won, covering the elections, and the borough was in some dire straits at that time. It was pretty tough, and you were pretty brave to step up to run for mayor of West Hazelton. So talk about how it's changed from the fact that it became a distressed community through Act 47, and you didn't have many police on the streets, so it was pretty tough.
It was pretty tough. In fact, when I walked into the office, I couldn't believe my eyes because the administration and the police department were side by side. You can hear each other talking, and it was a complete mess. And we bought the senior citizens building, and we made offices there. And then, of course, now we have a new police station also, which is good. And the town was a mess too, the yards and everything else. So I come with the idea was to print all the rules and regulations on a sheet of paper, one side English and one side Spanish. And we went house to house, and we delivered all the papers to each house, and we start cleaning up the properties. Get the junk cars. We towed about 40 junk cars, and people had tires, furniture, and everything in their backyard. Everything was cleaned up. We weren't out to make money. All we wanted was the town to be neat and clean. That's all we wanted. And we are finished with Act 47, and next year, in fact, we're going to have our final bill paid in April. When I started, we were $2.5 million in debt, but now we're just about done with everything. And we only had 1 policeman when I first started. Now we have 3 full-timers and 9 part-timers, and we have 24-hour service, which we didn't have when I first started.
So what do the residents say to you now that the borough has changed so much?
Oh, the borough's really happy. You know, I can tell because it started with the Guardian Angels when I realized how the people were happy about what's going on. I got my first call from a person. He donated a brand new car, which was about $40,000. And then I got other calls from other people, 10,000 here, 10,000 there, 5,000 there, 22,000 here, you know, come way over $100,000. And these weren't businesses. These were regular people that, you know, worked for a living and decided they wanted to help West Hazelton because they thought we were going on the right direction.
Wow, that's really commendable. And one other thing I'd like to bring up is the fact of the Memorial Day Parade. You told me that almost fell by the wayside, but you wanted to make sure that that stayed around.
Right. A couple years ago, the commander of the VFW called me up, and he says, "Mayor, I'm sorry, but we're not going to have a parade anymore because the VFW closed up and everybody moved on." And he says, maybe we can have a little service by the memorial, but that's about it. So when he hung up, I thought, Jesus, this probably been going on since World War II. How can you close the parade down? So I started making phone calls. I called the Hazelton Area School District and got a band. I got people to drive the dignitaries. I got people to march, the fire companies and everybody else to be in the parade, and we wound up having a big parade. And then we had our services, memorial services at the Memorial 2 facility there. And then after that, we provided a lunch with all the veterans and guest speakers, which was all donated too.
Wow. Well, congratulations on your many accomplishments. You will be missed as the mayor, but you told me you're still going to chair the parade.
Yes. The veterans asked me not to quit, to keep chairing the parade, and so did the council, and I says I would. I'll keep, as long as I possibly can, I'm going to keep chairing it. I want that parade to go on forever.
Absolutely, as does everyone else. He's not running for re-election, but he will still be here making sure that there is a Memorial Day parade in the borough. Thank you so much for everything you've done for not only West Hazelton, but for the entire Hazelton area.
Thank you.
Mayor Frank Schmidt.